One of my favorite places to stop at downtown Disney is the Disneyland Hotel. You don't need a reservation or anything to walk into the lobby and enjoy all of the things that are surrounding the hotel, like Goofy's Kitchen, Tangaroa Terrace, Trader Sam's. Oftentimes you're gonna run into the characters. Mickey, Minnie, and the gang are usually walking around ready to take photos. There's also a little bit of Easter decor, so if you're here around the Easter season, you can come take photos with the characters right out front. The Disneyland Hotel opened on October 5th, 1955. Walt Disney's vision was to create a hotel that embodied similar magic to Disneyland. And because Anaheim was in the middle of nowhere at that time, it only made sense to have it for parkgoers. The Disneyland Hotel was actually not owned by Disney in 1955 because he spent so much money on Disneyland. So Walt hired Texas oil billionaire Jack Rather to build and manage the hotel. It wasn't until after the Rather family died that Michael Eisner purchased the property in 1988 and made it part of the Walt Disney Company. The Disneyland Hotel has undergone many renovations over the years, but it definitely does feel like an extension of Disneyland when you walk in here. One of my favorite things is the wall in the hotel lobby of all the celebrities that have visited Disneyland. Disneyland has touched many people over the last 70 years, and it's really cool to see it here at the Disneyland Hotel. The Fantasia shop is also one of my favorite destinations for merch because it has Disneyland Hotel themed merch that you can only get here. And usually it's a lot more quiet in here, so if you like to shop in peace, then this is a great alternative to World of Disney and the Emporium. Let's take a second to admire the beautiful spring foliage. Spring is my absolute favorite season just because of all the colors of the flowers. We've got a little bit of orange speckled with some purples. It's just such a beautiful gradient. I would love to sit in those board meetings. Like, who gets to decide the flowers at downtown Disney? That's gotta be a pretty big job, I imagine. I would want to definitely be in those meetings. I'm sitting here outside of Napolini Pizzeria right now. Right next door is Naples, and that's where I was originally planning to go. So I just walked into Napolini and I asked the cashier, I was like, what's the difference between this restaurant and the one next door? And he said, this one's more of like a fast casual place where you can just get your pizza right on the spot. But the only real difference is the fact that they do a 9-inch here and they do a 10-inch over at Naples. But he told me that the dough is exactly the same, the ingredients are exactly the same, so it almost seems like kind of a steal. Why would you not just go here? Because you get your food much faster and you can just go about your day much faster. So it just seemed like a no-brainer to me. I mean, I get it, if you wanted that whole sit-down experience, then yes, definitely go to Naples. But if you're someone who doesn't really care about that and you just want your food, maybe try this out, especially if the pizzas are exactly the same. So if that's the case, then the best pizza at Disneyland is allegedly both here at Napolini and next door at Naples. I gotta be honest, it was not all that. Although the ingredients definitely did taste fresh, you can definitely taste the fresh mozzarella on top of the pizza. The basil leaves were nice and fresh, like it tasted like they just picked them today. I enjoyed the honey, I enjoyed the pepperoni. I thought that everything tasted fine. Maybe it was just my pizza, but the dough was definitely not as crispy as I would have liked. Typically for a Neapolitan pizza, the way they cook it is it goes into a wood fire oven and it's cooked to where the crust is nicely crispy on the outside and there's still a little bit of a chew on the inside. My pizza was very chewy. It tasted like mostly dough and not enough crisp. I would have preferred it to be a little bit more crispy, but I get it. That dough was already really thin in the first place and maybe it was cooked by someone who just isn't really that versed in making pizza, you know what I mean? So maybe it was just mine, but I just think that cook time is really, really important when it comes to making pizza, and that was just not there. So I'm definitely down to try it again because, like I said, the ingredients were great, like all of that checked out totally fine. It was just like, I wish that the dough was just a little bit crispier. Their classic pizza is a margherita, so maybe next time I'll have to try a margherita just to get a better sense of the quality of their cooking. But if I go again and it's still cooked the same way, then I guess we'll know. But yeah, boo.
It's gonna be 80. I don't know how you
Okay, I had no intentions of getting a charm today, but whenever I see a charm that calls to me, I just get it. And I just love the feeling that I get when I find a charm that really works for me and is gonna work for my bracelet. So if you guys have any questions on how to choose Pandora charms and how to kind of put it together, let me know. I'm always learning something every time I chat with someone at the Pandora store about how to like lay your charms out properly and make them just like look really pretty. And I just really love the way my bracelet's turning out. It's just so cute, and I think I still have room for like 5 or 6 more charms. So more charms coming this summer. I'm just relaxing inside of the Grand Californian right now. I wanted to check out some of the stuff that they have going on here for Season of the Fours. So this is one thing that I really love about the Disneyland Resort is that you don't always have to have a park reservation to really enjoy the magic of Disneyland. Even if you just want to walk into the Grand Californian and take in all of the vibes. There's a giant Death Star in the center of the lobby that's completely made out of butter, sugar, and all kinds of other treats from the bakery. They always decorate the Grand Californian, just kind of depending on what is happening at the parks. So during Lunar New Year, they had some really cool Lunar New Year performances. They also have the gingerbread here during the holiday season. So I love just kind of peeking my head into the Grand Californian to see what else they have going on. They also brought back their cart, which the cart is only here for special events also, and they have a bunch of different treats over there. I'm trying to decide if I want to get that Millennium Falcon chocolate lollipop, but I don't know if it's like a pop, you know, like an actual lollipop, or if it's just a bar of chocolate. So I'm trying to figure out if I want to go get that or if I want to go back to the wonderful world of sweets and maybe get something over there. But I just love it in here. It's so quintessential California, just with the log cabin and all of the beautiful green decor everywhere. It just makes me love California so much. I just wanted to stop in the courtyard real quick because it's so pretty out here. Every time I come to the Grand Californian, it's always at nighttime, so I can never really see the outside, or they always have a wedding reception set up back here. So I've never actually seen it during the day, but it is so beautiful. They've really captured the essence of California just with the pine trees and just all of the greenery with the brick on the ground. I just feel like that contrast is just very, very California. And I ended up getting the Millennium Falcon chocolate lollipop. The cast member told me that it's solid milk chocolate, and I was like, girl, say less. Milk chocolate, solid milk chocolate, sign me up. So I'm definitely going to be enjoying this on my drive home. This is my first time actually being inside of the Wonderful World of Sweets since they opened it back in December, and they've got some really cute stuff. I am so obsessed with these little pot holders. I would definitely put these in my kitchen because they're pink and they're so cute. This little candy castle, I'm obsessed. And it looks like these are, oh my God, are these coasters? Get out of here. These are coasters. These are the cutest little coasters I've ever seen. I need them. They match my apartment because they're pink. There's so much pink in my apartment. This is literally all made for me. Why haven't I been here sooner? I don't actually use an apron, but maybe I would because this is the cutest apron ever. I got so excited because of this ice cream sign, but then I realized it was just these ice creams. But if you like these at the park, then you can get them here, which is really cool. So you can get your, like, you know, Mickey ice cream fix here at Downtown Disney. I'm not the biggest fan. I've gotten them a couple times and they're always like rocks. They're hard as rocks. And these are all the treats that you can get here also, which I'm really surprised. They have a really good selection of caramel apples, of the Rice Krispies treats. They've got a couple of the cake pops, and up top they've got the s'mores bar that I really like, and then the little churro toffee square up in the upper left-hand corner. That's probably my favorite thing in this case. The triple chocolate brownie pie I've had, also not a huge fan of it. I've never tried those cookies down at the bottom, the train cookie or the one with the little candies on it, but it sounds really good. Honestly, that little Mickey cookie looks really interesting. He looks super creepy, like an albino Mickey. And I love that they still have these little popcorn buckets. I've never seen these buckets in anywhere else aside from the Wonderful World of Sweets, so I think you can only get them here, which is cool. I really like that they do that. They have like certain items that you can only get relative to the spaces that they're in. Like you can only get these here. There are certain things inside the Disneyland Hotel that you can only get there. Grand Californian, there's certain things that you can only get there. So it makes it really fun, and it actually kind of encourages you to go back to those places. I didn't get anything from there. I'm really, really picky when it comes to sweets. It has to be very iconic. I don't really like to eat like jawbreakers or anything like that. First of all, it's really bad for your teeth, and the sugar to me is just not worth it. I'm a little bit of a sugar snob. It's gotta be worth every single little calorie if I'm gonna eat sugar. And I've never had the Millennium Falcon chocolate lollipop, so I was like, you know what, I'll give it a shot. But there are so many other sweets that we can get here at Downtown Disney that are definitely worth the calories, but I would say the only thing that would probably be worth it to me inside the wonderful world of sweets would be anything inside the case, if that. Like the churro square. If you've never tried that churro square, you've gotta try it. That's probably my favorite thing inside the case. Oh my God, it's the tiger ears. These were pretty much always sold out when they first came out, but I guess they have a little bit more stock now. They're so cute. And with the little whiskers. I'm a crazy cat lady, so I feel like I should have these. We're gonna do a little tryout session. You're gonna have to tell me what you think. Okay. What do you guys think? I don't know, it's like kind of like goofy for me, I think. Like, I like to be goofy, but, you know, I have boundaries. Winnie the Pooh has been so mainstream lately, it only makes sense that they have their own dedicated section here in the Storybook store, and I'm a huge fan of all of it. Oh my God, are these bags? Oh yeah, they're like little bags. That's so cute for like a kid or even a adult. I wouldn't carry that. I totally would. Oh my gosh, it's a little Winnie the Pooh makeup bag. You know, when I'm just at the gym, I could just totally take this with me, throw in all my makeup, all my accessories. Oh my God, this is actually so cute. And it actually looks a lot like him, because a lot of the times the plushies don't always look like the characters, but this one's really good. I feel like they nailed him pretty well. Pooch. Okay, look at this Marie section. I am dying right now. I will take one of everything, please. Oh, we got Marie cosmetic bags. I just got a Hello Kitty makeup bag though, so I really don't need one, but it's really cute. So these are supposed to be little like cat ear clips that you just click to your hair. But I'm so bad with hair. I've been on the fence about getting these, but I just know that I'm gonna struggle with putting them on my head, and then they're just gonna sit in my closet and I'll just never wear them. But the idea is really cool. I love the idea, but execution-wise, I don't think so. I do, however, love these Marie socks with Marie and then these little macarons on here. She's so French. Looks like we have a new blind box, which I actually haven't seen this one before, but I love all of the little figurines. They're really, really cute, and obviously you can't go wrong with all of the emotions. I wonder if this one is, I forgot his name from the second movie, the really, really dark one. That really dark guy, I think that might be him, but I could be wrong. Okay, Pouchy, this is amazing. This is not my aesthetic at all, or I would totally be rocking this. Pouchy, he was my favorite character in Inside Out 2, my absolute favorite character. He's just so weird and so random. I saw all the pink over here, so I had to make my way over naturally, and it's a little Lotso corner. I love this t-shirt, Lotso Trouble. It's a cute little bag. That's a cute bag to style a Lotso Disney bound. If you were into that, this would be the perfect little accessory. Sometimes it's a little bit better to do a bag that's not a Loungefly when you're doing Disney bounds, because then you don't have to spend as much money on it. Let's see, how much is this? $45. I don't know if you guys can see that. I mean, I guess you might as well spend a little bit more and just get the Loungefly then. Never mind. It is a cool bag though, if that's your vibe. And look at Baymax. So this plushie, I think, is from the new collection from Japan that just got imported here to the States. I'm really surprised to see it here in the store because I thought that you could only get them online. I actually just ordered a Marie keychain online because I didn't think I could get it in the store. But look at this bag. This is so cute. Okay, this is my aesthetic for sure. The pink fuzz and mochi. Oh my God, I would buy the bag just for mochi. This is so cute. And look at these little planters. That is so fun. I would totally get one of these for my apartment, but I'm pretty sure both my cats would be like, what in the world? Why is that cat there? We're the only cats in this house, woman. Kind of crazy. This almost feels like a mini version of World of Disney. You can literally get everything in the store. I'm surprised to see the Mix-Its in here. Even the new spring collection of the Mix-Its are here, which I really love Flower. Look at how cute Flower is, this little flower headband. And I didn't know this, but you can build your own headband in here too. So not only can you build your own headband inside of World of Disney, you could also come here. And honestly, there's not as many people in here, so it might even be better for you to just come here. I was a little taken aback when I saw the build your own headband station inside of the Storybook boutique, because I feel like a lot of the stores are starting to blend together. Stores don't have their own unique personality. I like that World of Disney is kind of like the big hub and you can get all of the main stuff from there. And I feel like all the other stores should kind of like branch off a little bit and they should all kind of have their own thing. Like Storybook Boutique, I feel like shouldn't have the headbands in there. It really kind of stuck out like a sore thumb. I was like, oh, whoa, why do you have this? It's like very World of Disney to have that in there. I mean, I know that they're trying to just make it more accessible for people, but I think that's like a little bit of a stretch, and I think that you're kind of like taking the magic out of it a little bit. I don't know, I've been very disappointed in how like a lot of the stores have just been bleeding into the other ones. Like, for example, the new Haunted Mansion store should only have Haunted Mansion merch in there, but there's also Nightmare Before Christmas, and I saw some Pirates of the Caribbean stuff in there. Disney's trying to be everywhere all at once, and you've gotta just pick a lane. Looks like some new Darth Vader merch has arrived, and I'm a huge fan of this shirt. This is so cool. You've got Vader all over it, and it just kind of is a gradient from blue to red, and it kind of looks like there's a little bit of purple in there. This is a really cool shirt. It's not really my vibe because I don't really wear button-downs with short sleeves, but if I did, I would wear this. Okay, look at this adorable little R2 dress. Oh my gosh! My friends that all have kids, they have boys that are around this age. My friends that have girls, they're all grown up now, so they wouldn't be able to fit into this, but it's so cute. Look at this little loft cat. So I think it actually moves around. Like, I think you can move it around. You guys remember those cats from the 90s? Like, I think you can do that with this. I think that'd be so fun. I would freak both my cats out so much. They'd be like, what is that deformed cat doing in our house? It's cool to actually admire all of the decor, even at Star Wars Outpost. I mean, we're obviously not at Galaxy's Edge, but I feel like there's something very Galaxy's Edge about this store. I mean, look, there's a tree inside of here. If that's not Galaxy's Edge, then I don't know what is.
Yeah, so big notice of it. These are like...
Be careful not to choke on your aspirations.
This is the coolest souvenir I've found in this store ever. This is so cool. Oh my God. Okay, I'm definitely like a 12-year-old boy at heart. I wanted to give this a little try because I'm really craving something sweet and I haven't come across anything that I've really wanted yet. So I was like, you know what, let's just give this a shot. Wow, if you like milk chocolate, this is so good. And I'm kind of picky when it comes to milk chocolate. I pretty much only eat Lindt. But this is so silky and smooth, and then the little balls at the bottom just make it extra special and you get a little bit of texture. I love the little silver powder on the top. It just makes it look more Millennium Falcon-y. I really like this. I was a little worried because I thought this was gonna be too big. Like, oh, I'm gonna put it in my fridge and I'll just take like a bite here and there, but Now I'm like, this is dangerous. I will easily eat this entire Millennium Falcon in one sitting. We're not leaving downtown Disney just yet. We're gonna go back to the Disneyland Hotel because there's one more thing that we have to do. And most people actually don't know about this. So this is a little well-kept secret, but I'm gonna turn you guys onto it right now. Surprise, you can get a Dole Whip here at the Disneyland Hotel. You can just walk right up and you can order it at Trader Sam's. It's the exact same Dole Whip as the one inside the parks. As I'm sure you guys could probably tell, there is so much that you can do here at Downtown Disney where you don't need a park reservation. There's still quite a lot to do, from shopping, checking out what's going on at the Grand Californian, checking out what's going on at the Disneyland Hotel, grabbing yourself a Dole Whip. There is just so much. So you don't always need a park reservation depending on what you're trying to do. Come hang out at Downtown Disney. Go enjoy the sunshine. And if it gets cold, then I'm sorry, you're gonna have to deal with it or leave, like what I'm doing right now. So I will see you guys next time. Make sure that you like this video, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you all in the next one.